Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's been buzzing in productivity circles for years. The powerful combination of L-Theanine and caffeine. You've probably heard of it. Maybe you're even curious about trying it. So, what's the deal? Is this the ultimate focus-enhancing duo, or is it just hype? Let's break it all down. First, let's talk about our old friend caffeine. It's the world's most popular psychoactive substance for a reason. That morning cup of coffee, tea, or energy drink gives us that jolt we need to feel awake, alert, and ready to tackle the day. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel sleepy. By blocking it, caffeine boosts alertness and reduces the perception of fatigue. It can improve concentration, reaction time, and even athletic performance. But caffeine isn't without its downsides. For many of us, too much caffeine can lead to jitters, anxiety, a racing heart, and that dreaded afternoon crash where you feel even more tired than before. It can disrupt our sleep patterns, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing the quality of our rest. This is where L-Theanine enters the picture, and this is where things get really interesting. So, what exactly is L-Theanine? It's an amino acid found almost exclusively in tea leaves, particularly in green tea. Unlike caffeine, L-Theanine has a calming and relaxing effect, but without causing drowsiness. It works by increasing the levels of several key neurotransmitters in the brain, including GABA, serotonin, and dopamine. These are often called our feel-good chemicals. They play a huge role in regulating mood, relaxation, and focus. L-Theanine also promotes the generation of alpha brainwaves. These are the brainwaves associated with a state of wakeful relaxation, the kind of calm, alert focus you might experience during meditation or when you're deeply engrossed in a creative task. Think of it as being in the zone. So, we have caffeine, the powerful stimulant, and L-Theanine, the calming agent. On their own, they're both pretty effective, but when you combine them, something magical happens. They have a synergistic relationship, meaning their combined effect is greater than the sum of their individual parts. This is the core of the L-Theanine and caffeine stack. The L-Theanine smooths out the rough edges of caffeine. It takes away the jitters, the anxiety, and the overstimulation, leaving you with the pure, clean focus and energy that caffeine provides. Imagine getting all the benefits of caffeine: the alertness, the improved concentration, the motivation without any of the negative side effects. That's the promise of this stack. You get a smooth, sustained boost of energy and a calm, clear mind, ready to focus on whatever task is in front of you. It's not a frantic, scattered energy. It's a focused, productive flow state. Many people report that this combination helps them work for longer periods without getting distracted or feeling mentally fatigued. It's like turning down the background noise in your brain so you can hear the important thoughts more clearly. Now, let's talk about the science behind it. Numerous studies have backed up these claims. Research has shown that the combination of L-Theanine and caffeine can significantly improve performance on cognitively demanding tasks. Participants in these studies have demonstrated better accuracy, faster reaction times, reduced mental fatigue, and improved memory recall compared to those who took either caffeine or a placebo alone. The research consistently points to this duo being more effective for cognitive enhancement than caffeine by itself. It's this scientific backing that has made the stack so popular among students, professionals, and anyone looking for a mental edge. So, how do you actually use this stack? The most common and natural way is by drinking tea, especially green tea. Green tea naturally contains both caffeine and L-Theanine. This is why many people find that the energy boost from green tea feels different, smoother, and less jarring than the one from coffee. The ratio of L-theanine to caffeine in tea is naturally balanced. However, the amounts can vary depending on the type of tea and how it's brewed. For instance, matcha green tea is particularly high in L-theanine. For those who want more control and precision, supplementation is a popular option. You can buy L-theanine and caffeine as separate supplements, usually in capsule form. This allows you to fine-tune the dosage to find what works best for you. The most commonly recommended ratio is 2:1 L-theanine to caffeine. For example, if you consume 100 milligrams of caffeine, which is about the amount in a standard cup of coffee, you would pair it with 200 milligrams of L-theanine. This ratio seems to provide the optimal balance of stimulation and relaxation for most people. Let's get into the practical side of dosages. A typical starting point is 100 milligrams of caffeine paired with 200 milligrams of L-theanine. You can take this in the morning to kickstart your day or before a period of intense work or study. It's always best to start with a lower dose to see how your body reacts. You can then adjust the amounts based on your individual sensitivity and needs. Some people might find they need a bit more caffeine, while others might prefer a higher ratio of L-theanine for a more calming effect. The beauty of using separate supplements is this ability to customize. Remember, more is not always better. The goal is to find your personal sweet spot for sustained, focused energy, not to overstimulate yourself. Of course, we have to talk about safety and potential side effects. Both L-theanine and caffeine are generally considered safe for most healthy adults when used in moderation. L-theanine is known for having a very low side effect profile. Caffeine, as we've discussed, can cause issues if you take too much. The key is to be mindful of your total daily caffeine intake from all sources: coffee, tea, soda, supplements, you name it. The FDA recommends a limit of around 400 milligrams of caffeine per day for most healthy adults. Exceeding this can lead to negative health effects. And as with any supplement, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor before you start, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions or are taking other medications. And it's crucial to avoid caffeine late in the day to protect your sleep. Good sleep is non-negotiable for cognitive function and overall health. Let's consider who this stack is for. It's for the student cramming for an exam who needs to absorb a lot of information without getting anxious. It's for the programmer who needs to stay locked in for hours to solve a complex problem. It's for the writer trying to overcome writer's block and get into a creative flow. It's for anyone who feels like their productivity is hampered by the jittery side effects of caffeine, or who simply wants to take their focus to the next level. It's not a magic pill that will do the work for you, but it can be an incredibly powerful tool to help you work smarter and more efficiently. In conclusion, the combination of L-Theanine and caffeine is a scientifically backed, effective, and relatively safe way to enhance focus, energy, and productivity. By smoothing out the negative effects of caffeine, L-theanine allows you to access a state of calm, clear-headed alertness that's perfect for tackling demanding mental tasks. Whether you get it from a simple cup of green tea or through a more precise supplement regimen, this duo has the potential to be a game changer for your workflow. It's about achieving a state of clean energy and sharp focus, helping you get into that elusive flow state more easily and stay there for longer. If you are struggling with focus or motivation, please remember that tools like this are just one part of the puzzle. A healthy lifestyle, including proper nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient sleep, is the foundation of good mental performance. If you feel persistently overwhelmed or anxious, it's always best to reach out to a mental health professional for support. I hope this deep dive was helpful and gave you a clear understanding of the L-theanine and caffeine stack. Have you tried it before? What was your experience? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video valuable, do forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on boosting your productivity and well-being. See you in the next one.